to get a place where to live in the UK. At the beginning, this task may look like climbing a mountain, but once you start gathering all the required documents, you'll see that you can make it. Before starting with the documents, the list of documents you will need, it's worth remembering that you cannot occupy a rental property in the UK unless you have the right to reside in the UK. That means a valid visa or having a refugee humanitarian status. Let's start now from the documents you need to be able to rent a flat or a house. You will need proof of identity. This can be a photo ID, a document like a passport where there is your photo on, or any other documents of identity with your photo. Also, a driving license can be fine. Then you need a proof of address, such as utility bills like tax bills, previous tax, or you need the address where you are. Some documents like electricity or gas bill. A copy of your UK visa and associated documents allowing to rent in the UK will also be required, the document of your visa. Then you need proof of employment and earning. If you're employed, you will need to provide recent payslips for the last 6 months, a current employment contract, a letter from your employer confirming your job title, salary, and contract length. Then a tax return for the most recent tax year. If you are self-employed or if you run your own limited company, you might be asked to provide evidence of earning and accounts via bank statements or invoice records, and company details such as certificates and tax returns. Also, in this case, if you're unable to sufficiently prove that you can support yourself, you can provide a guarantor or a significant amount of rent paid upfront. You will also need references. As I said, the landlord will need to check your identity, employment status, and character. References have exactly this purpose. An advice is to ask your referees at the beginning of your house hunting process, so they are aware that they might get a call asking about you. The documents needed to check your character as a reference are reference from a previous landlord, but if it is the first time that you rent a flat in the UK, just tell the landlord, this is the first time, so I don't have references from previous landlord. Reference from an employer, confirming both your employment and your character as a person. And then reference from a friend, a social worker, or a colleague, confirming your character. If you do not have money to pay your rent for the months to come, but you have a permit to live in the UK, you can apply for housing benefit and receive money to pay your rent. This means that you may use your money to rent a flat, and once you're in, you may apply immediately for housing benefit, and that will give you also the money that you paid in the first place. If you don't have money enough to rent a flat, in the meantime that you find a job, you may ask for emergency housing. This is possible if you meet the immigration conditions and are therefore eligible for assistance. The condition to have are these: having indefinite leave to remain, ILR is called, ILR, or having refugee status or humanitarian protection. At that point, you and your family can be accommodated in a hostel as well. You can find the telephone number and address of the council team that can help you in this page. You can use the housing benefit calculator to calculate how much housing benefit, how much money you could get. You can have this calculator here. Do you know the difference between a flat and a house? Surely you know, but also in the UK we have flat to say something and house for another kind of building. A flat is an apartment, is a housing unit part of a larger building that includes several flats. It can be on ground floor or even basement, below ground floor, on the first floor, on the second floor, and so on. A house is a single unit residential building. To rent, you may want to contact an estate agency in the area where you decide to live, or you may want to check on websites that may offer flats and houses, or even just one room in a flat, one room in a house, directly from the landlord instead of going through the estate agency. These are some of the best UK renting websites. Regarding your budget, please keep in mind that for an affordable budget for buying and renting, you need to consider also the following. Monthly rent, you have to consider the whole package that you will need to pay, which is made of monthly rent or monthly mortgage if you buy, council tax, water bills, usually paid monthly, gas and electricity, and services charges in some properties paid annually or monthly. Bear in mind that you'll probably have extra monthly bills to pay, such as a TV license, landline phone bill, broadband bill paid monthly or quarterly. Finally, you may ask also for a bank mortgage to buy a property once you've been settled and work in the UK. If for some reason you have problems at work at some point and cannot afford to pay the monthly levy on your mortgage, you can claim the housing benefit, as the government can help you to pay the mortgage rates until you solve your work problems. The housing benefit helps to pay the rent, but also the mortgage if you bought your apartment with money borrowed from a bank. And some aspect to consider when buying or renting are parking, security system, power backup, better solar or other renewable energies. Check if the flat house has risk factors such as mold, fungus, dampness, leaks, flooding or water damage, cracks, defective roofing or gutters, defective boiler, defective brickwork, insects or rats infestation. Be sure to ask about all this. For any problems with your landlord and also for the tenancy agreement, Don't forget to visit the Citizen Advice Bureau. They can help you free of charge, and you can find your nearest citizen advice here. And now, good luck with your new home.